Hey, welcome guys. It is OGC here. Today we have another hero spotlight. Today we're going to talk about Yip. Yip is a rockin' hero, but he applies to pretty much anybody that does range damage via arrows. So this is a PvP setup that I use for Yip. This will also work for the new update. For the weapon, I have the Earthborn Scepter because it gives a bunch of stamina. And then I am using the regular dragon set that comes from the Void and or from crafting. With this dragon set, if it's with this set, if it's fully equipped, Yip will have a plus 20% evade chance. That's not really very good. When we compare it to the codex from the dragon set, this right here will actually reduce all hero ability cooldowns by 2 seconds at the start of battle. This is huge. If you have the sage set from the dragon drop, make sure that at least one sage that you deploy has this full set on it. Otherwise, go for whatever gives you the best stats. For accessories, I do run with dual soul blades, mostly because I don't use any ranged and nobody really uses range for PvP, so more sets the better. When it comes to queuing up for more troops, again, you want anything that offers high command, and same thing with the weapon. The Galactic Scepter is very good. Unfortunately for the armor, the best we have is the Mantle of Wisdom. And then for accessories, you're best off with Golden Visages. If you can't get that, then Hand of Wisdoms are a good substitute. When it comes to Yip's abilities, his first one is Sword Squall. So Yip has a 30% chance whenever he attacks to let fly a sword of rushing wind that slows and deals damage to a target. That's his basic auto attack thing that has a chance of doing stuff. With Gust, enemies that are affected by Sword Squall and Cyclone are tossed in the air, and they hang there for 3 seconds, and they're also stunned for 3 seconds upon landing. Gust is actually a very good ability. In fact, let's get Gust up a little bit higher. Oh, I can't right now. Wind Wall. Wind Wall summons a wall of wind with some health, and it lasts for 15 seconds. So this reminds me of the mana barrier for Vega. It has a nice intention. I don't think it's strong enough to be meaningful. I would not spend time using an active ability in the battle for Wind Wall. It's just not strong enough. Tailwind. So when Master Yip, which reminds me of like Master Yi, at the beginning of the battle, he summons a Tailwind. You can see the animation for it, and it increases damage by 40% and reduces damage by 40%. It goes up, I believe you can get 60% when this is maxed out. It has to be for arrows. It will not affect things like blasters or snipers, because those are not arrows. Those are like bullets and rockets. They're strong enough. Command will also increase this the damage modifications. The Tailwind is probably the most noticeable portion of Yip. Next we have Enlightenment. This will allow your heroes to get more EXP. This is a wonderful skill to have on another spec, maybe not a PvP spec, but say you're hitting walls doing siege and each hero is getting a few thousand EXP. If you put this on Yip and you max it out, do I have one? Yes. Then you're going to get more experience. More experience equals more powerful heroes. More powerful heroes is going to help you get more stats and also help you win PvP in the game. So Enlightenment's good, not necessarily for PvP, but for anything dealing with getting more experience in the game. Yip has to be deployed in order for Enlightenment to work. Next we have Cyclone. So Yip summons a massive Cyclone that randomly roves the battlefield, slowing and dealing damage to enemies in its path. It also will throw the enemies up in the air. When they come down, they get stunned because of the synergies that it has with Gust. So I do recommend getting 1 point into Sword Squall. You'll want Tailwind, you'll want Cyclone, and you'll want Gust. However you divvy that out is up to you. So let's go see how the Tailwind actually works. Let's see if this pops up. All right, it does. So if we look at, I have one line of archers all the way down the middle. On the bottom we have Yip. On the top we have a Rufio and a Talk. So let's see if there's a difference in how fast the damage goes out to compare. See which side falls first. So this is the bottom side. You can see the animation of the Tailwind. It starts all the way back there. So they get a moral boost first. Now everybody has a moral boost. And that bottom portion near where the Tailwind was is already gone. This top portion with Rufio's help is now gone. So let's check the damages. Alright, so it looks like there's a few that's at like 920 to 945,000 damage. The rest are not quite as high. Now Rufio actually did 134k damage on that top side to help out that top side, and Yip did less than 20k in the bottom side. So the Tailwind will improve. We can do that once more just for consistency's sake. So we can see that the bottom side definitely kills off that first unit first because they consistently get the moral advantage. And that bottom side is now gone. Up here on the top side, they're still fighting. So pretty significant difference. Maybe we can see a bigger jump when it comes to stats for this time. We can see a bigger jump. It's important to note because of research, there's crit involved in this. So more testing the better, but you can definitely see a much bigger range of damage with the archers this time. And Rufio still did way more damage than Yip could ever dream of. So with that, guys, that is everything that we need to know about Yip. After the new patch comes where heroes don't need to be deployed to give stats, whether or not you choose to deploy Yip after this next patch is up to you. If you're using ranged, the positioning of Yip matters. So if I'm going in and I'm running with, my standard front line, and then, I have 2 packs of archers over here, and on this top side I have a bunch of trees because why not? The best place to deploy Yip would not necessarily be up there. Placing Yip up there isn't going to get me more damage. It will reduce damage because of how Tailwind works for this top side. But if you're deploying Yip, you want to get him behind the archers. That way the Tailwind goes and it benefits the archers. Yip needs to be behind or in the same lane as the archers in order to get them the benefit. It will also help to reduce the damage that those front lines take from enemy range. So with that, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We will have updates coming out every day and hopefully get through all of the heroes soon. Take care, guys.